Alright, so Wednesday, July 27th. This was Trap 5's catch. Now Colony 5. I was pretty shocked that I caught it. Don't think I covered enough things in the last video. Specifics on this catch and some things I've learned for short distance moves as far as catches and colony moves. So I figured I'd take a minute and go over this. Anyways, this caught, I believe, last Thursday. It wasn't witnessed, so that's my best guess. From the previous video, you can see that about half of them moved in, half of them didn't. Still confused about that, so I had to put them in manually by hand. That's in the last video. So anyways, short distance move. Probably, I said 20 yards, but maybe more like 30 yards. This caught in my bee yard, not my bees. And instead of moving them 2 miles, letting them rest for a week, or over 2 miles, letting them rest for a week, and then moving them back here, I do what I do for short distance moves. That's why that branch is there. So anyways, I'll give you an idea where it was caught. It was caught right there. And now here's its permanent home. So that can be very, very tricky. Without forcing orientation flights, they will go back to the catch site. So that's what that branch is about. So I moved it in the middle of the night. I need to get in here today and straighten out some frames because I never cracked it open. It was a full colony. You'll have to watch the last video to understand why. So 2 ratchet straps covering all 4 sides, closed off the entrance, tied a rope to it, lowered it out of the tree stand, moved it here in the middle of the night. Did not even open it other than opening up the entrance. Immediately put a medium hive body super with no frames on top and immediately started feeding. So I'm going to get in there today and see how well they're taking in that feed. The branch, so I closed off the entrance to about half full, and I prefer these pine branches because I only have to use one. That's simply just stapled to the wood there, and when they wake up in the morning after I moved them, and every day up until today I'm going to take that off, they recognize that something's different and they're forced to do new orientation flights. This is in the hopes that you don't have a bunch of orphan bees at your catch site, and worse than that, all of them return to your catch site, which is very possible. It was pretty much a pretty big ordeal for them to be lowered, shuffled around, moved. I didn't get in there and straighten out any frames. A frame could have fell, I don't know. I'm going to get in there today and straighten everything out and remove that branch. But that's my short distance move, and I've had success with it. The only short distance moves I've done is from that tree right there to this location, and then also a little bit around the bee yard, but all in this very location. So you got to be careful with your short distance moves. Anything over 2 miles, 3 miles, you're fine. You don't have to follow any of this. Although sometimes I wonder it's not a bad idea. And I prefer those pine needle branches because one of them does 3/4 of the entrance. Anything that I'll leave open, I want to leave it shallow or small enough that in case this is happening during robbing season, which I gotta believe robbing season is going to start any week now. Maybe we'll miss it completely, but it's not here yet. Everybody seems really, really calm. And I'm happy so far with this move, so I'll get in here and do a hive inspection, but this is a video on short distance moves and how not to lose all your bees back at the catch location. Everything's clear over there. And it appears that everybody's in here. So I'm not going to do a full hive inspection on this or anything. I'm not going to disturb them. I'm just simply going to check their feed, make sure no frames fell during the move, straighten that out. It's already leveled. Very important because they're drawing comb on starter strips, and just hope that a frame didn't fall, but shouldn't have been long enough that there'd be too much cleanup. So there you go. That's your short distance move. If you do nothing, you're going to lose a lot of bees back to the catch site when they wake up in the morning. They simply just fly straight out and they don't know that they moved. You want them to be shocked when they get up in the morning to fly out and recognize that something's changed. They fly straight out. If you don't do that, they don't look back, they don't recognize that it moved, and they're going to end up right back in that tree or right back at your location. And you'll see that I didn't put a trap back up there. There's enough colonies here that any orphan bees should be smart enough to come with their resources and knock at the door of another colony, maybe even find this one. So I don't want those orphan bees up in that tree. I did not put a trap. If they're going to hang out there, they're going to have to fend for their own. I'm not giving them shelter because their best option is to come over here and to move into one of these colonies. You would think they'd be able to find it. So anyways, that's how I do short distance moves, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks for watching Fishing for Bees.